Hello, welcome back. You join me for what I call a smash and grab session. This is a small window of opportunity when I get a couple of hours to rush out, hit the beach and try and catch a couple of fish and get a couple of bites. So what I'm going to do what I call a wish and a fish. One rod I'm going to be wishing on and the other rod I'm going to be fishing on. And by that I mean one rod I'm going to be putting a pulley out and just ignoring it and wishing, and the other rod I'm going to be fishing flappers and try and get some bites, maybe some pouting. I've got some ragworm to use up, a bit of crab, a little bit of free frozen bait, and then I can fish that second rod with the flappers harder and see if I can catch a few bites. So first cast, like I said, I got some ragworm. It's about 5 days old but it's still alive and I want to use it up. So I pulled out a 3/0 clip rig, size 2s, 12 to 14 inch hook lengths, 25-pound line. Just put rag on all of them, and then I'm going to fish some circles on another flapper rig and try and target some rockling. And then I've got a pulley. First of all, I've just baited a nice bit of crab, not too big, and then I may put out some sand eel later. So let's have a little scan round so you can see exactly where I am. I've just put some baits in the water. I need to get baited up, but we'll have a little scan. I'm on a little area in between Roos and Fontagary. Some nice flat ledges, nice and comfy to fish off. It is rough ground, I'm fishing rotten bottom, and looks like there's a bit of tide up there at the moment. Looking at that rod tip, the one rod tip's over nice, and there's a nice bit of tide out there. We've got a rock on the stand, as always, just in case, and we're going to fish it till maybe about low water. It's about 90 minutes before low now. Okay, no agenda, just a little bit of fishing and we'll see what happens. Oh, that was a good time in.
Nice mate, first cast, blank beater, job done.
Yeah, I've just been joined by an old friend and his loud dog, and we just had a little strap first cast. It's just unhooked itself and re-hooked itself in the tail.
Quite the comparison to the 27.
Yeah.
It's polar opposites though.
Yeah, I know. I know it is. It is. Well, there is the polar opposite of what we caught the other day. The channel could be full of these sometimes, a bit of a nuisance, but if you're just happy to get a bite, then the Bristol channel is full of these little baby straps. Look at it. It's a gorgeous fish, and fish in miniature are beautiful. Look at the purple and the blacks in the tail. It's absolutely gorgeous. And he loved that bit of ragworm on a size 2. He was bouncing away on that rod for a while. Not the pout that we wanted. Well, we've just had that little micro eel on the first cast, which is great to see, and we've got this stunning sunset. The picture's not doing it justice. It is absolutely glowing orange. It's really yellow, and I think it's too intense for the camera. And this is why I love being out on the beach on my own. It is absolutely glorious. It's going to get dark soon. Obviously the sun's going down, but you've got this isolation, this feeling of freedom. It's just, you can't put it into words. It's just absolutely so refreshing and exhilarating. It's like being reborn coming down the beach some days. It's beautiful. I love it, absolutely love it. So we talked about the place, we talked about the grounds, bit snaggy, bit rough. It's a bit of a back eddy pull at the moment. Let's talk about species. So species down here, literally anything goes. I've had everything down here, everything you can imagine that we catch in South Wales, I've caught off this beach. From Roos Point to Fontagary, I've caught it all, and it's been great. It's been great place for me over the years. Codling, eels, bass, rays, little stuff, pouting, rockling, pork cod, bull huss, everything, you name it, we've had them here. And that tide is flying. We've got a nice back eddy still. I've banged that up tide and it's come right round. It's holding, which is what we want. Wanted to hold, holding on a feature. Our sun's going down now. It's going to be dark soon. Got to get my headlamp on. It's always important to check that you're prepared in all manner. And that just doesn't mean your rigs and your bait, that means your headlamp and spare batteries and all the little essentials that we take for granted. Spare spools of cotton, you know, elastic and things like that, baiting needles, whatever you use. Enough lead, plus a few extra for contingency. Same with your reels, enough reels to what you expect, plus a few others for mistakes, snap-offs and bird's nest and bits and pieces. We've had a fish, don't matter if I don't catch anything else, just about resetting myself. I'm back in work tomorrow, I'm up at 5. For those of you that don't know, I don't just run a rod building business, I also work for British Airways on the aircraft. So life is quite busy, quite complex and very dynamic to say the least. Balancing that with family and everything else, you know, it's complicated, but we get it done because it's all important to me. So you make time for what's important or you make excuses. It's as simple as that, it's black and white. Just want to see a nice little bang off the rockling now on that 2-hooker. Put a few little crab baits out on some circle hooks and I find they hook up really well on a size 2 circle, size 4, nothing too big. Nice little bait, 30 yards out in the rocks, that's where they live, that's what I call rockling. The feedback of all the videos have been fantastic and I really value and appreciate everybody's comments and likes and shares. If you haven't subscribed, just press subscribe. It's really simple, doesn't cost you anything and it really helps me out. I'd really appreciate it. So just quickly before the light goes, I'll just show you my size 2 crab bait. It's a tiny bit of crab, size 2, circle, 18-inch hook length, 25 pounds, a 2-hook flapper. It's just been lobbed and that's all it is. A tiny bit of crab on a dongle, presented on the needle as normal, whipped up and then put onto the loop with the hook showing cleanly at the top of the bait. Well, it's just got dark. There's our second fish, a very welcoming dogfish, which is a good sign that the channel is starting to come alive. It's the first dog I've had in a few weeks. Took a fish bait on the pulley, on the rod that was right out there, and I'm more than happy with that. I might not be in a few weeks when it's plagued with them, but at the moment it's a bite and a fish and a bend in the rod. It's pretty clean out there at the moment. I'm getting everything back, getting my ledge back, which is really nice. It's a nice little place this, really happy. Hello Mr. Red Crab. I had him on my 3-hooker, cheeky little chappy. It's another good sign that the channel's coming to life. And with these and the shrimp and the sand eel and the other food chains that live in the channel, which bring the fish in, will help with the fishing in general. Well, there we go. I've had another eel. I've had 3 casts on each rod. I've had 2 fish on the pulley, 1 on the 3-hooker. It's just come to low water now. The rain's stopped, thank God. I'm going to have this last cast, my 4th cast, and hopefully we'll pull out something better over low. More signs of life. Crab in the pool. Really good to see. Those of you that are pretty new to fishing, this is a green common shore crab that I've pulled off the beach. It's a female. You can tell that by that rounded triangular flap underneath. The males have a much sharper triangle. And this can go back in the pool to live its life. Looks like another strap bite. Would be nice if it's a pouton or a rockling. See something different. That's on a 2-hooker. Little bit of mackerel on there. Size 2 circle. Maybe about 30 yards out. Just amongst the rocks and the ledges. Just where you get these these fish searching about for a bit of food. And I give it a few minutes. There's 2 hooks on there, and then we'll get in and have a look. Well, last cast, we come good. A beautiful pair of 3-bearded rockling. I gave that bite an extra few minutes just to develop, and sometimes these lovely little stunning fish, they hang around in 2s and 3s, and you know, if you give it a bit of time, you can often pick them up like that, 2 at a time. Last cast wonders, absolutely buzzing with that, perfect. Hooked on the circles, 2 hook rig, 2 fish. What more can you ask? Right, we are back in the car for the wrap-up video because filming in the dark in the rain is virtually impossible. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for letting me share my experiences with you. I really appreciate it. For the last 10 years, I've had massive engagement on my Facebook and Instagram page, and it's really nice for me to give that back and share with you exactly what I do and how I do it, so thank you very much. Secondly, a really important point, please support your local tackle shops, okay? There's so much you get from your local tackle shops that if they're not there one day, you will miss them and take it for granted, okay? So just picking up a product, whether it be a reel or a pack of hooks, it's really nice being able to physically see that product in the flesh, and you can get that from your local tackle shop. Obviously they can't stock every single item, but I'm sure if you phone your local shop and say, I'm thinking about buying this product, I'm pretty sure they'll order it in for you to have a look at, if it means that they get a sale, okay? Local advice, local bait, it all comes from your local shops, and you know, you can't get it anywhere else, and once it's gone, you'll be gutted. So please support your local shops, okay? So that was great. You know, we had a couple of little eels, just over 90 minutes, two little eels, a doggy, and a beautiful pair of 3-bearded rockling right at the end. And I worked the zones. I've said it before, you've got to work the zones and work the area. Those fish were there the whole time. And I come back about 10 yards, went to the right about 15 yards, and we found them. We got them in the end. That was really, really good. I really enjoyed that. That was great fishing, and I was really pleased with myself. And you can get it too. It's like a good woman. You've got to work them, okay? Give him a kiss on the neck. Give him a tickle on the back. Work those zones, okay? Don't go for the bullseye straight away because you're probably going to miss most of the time. You know, work the zones, then you go for the bullseye. Get your hole in one, and you can enjoy it even more. Thanks for watching. Tight lines. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again soon.